talk about connectivity at first. Connectivity of all sorts is actually core to Bangladesh's core foreign policy, at the heart of Bangladesh's foreign policy. Because being a very small country, surrounded by India at all sides, with only a small opening at the Bay of Bengal, we feel that we must reach out to the global community. We must connect with India to other countries of the world in order to take advantage of other countries' development and prosperity, and to prosper ourselves. Now, connectivity for Bangladesh, it does not only mean physical connectivity. It's not only the connectivity of roads, rails, waterways, or air. It also means connectivity of telecommunication, digital connectivity, energy, power lines, natural gas, and also connectivity of minds, hearts, and people. We firmly believe that unless there is people-to-people contact and there are exchanges among people, all the economic and the political efforts will not really come to any concrete, will not have any concrete results. When we talk of physical connectivity, Bengal historically has been at the heart of the greater Indian civilization, where Bengal has always been connected through the old Silk Road or the new Silk Road or whatever you call it, the maritime Silk Road. It has been historically connected to the countries of Southeast Asia, China, to the Arab world, to Constantinople, the Ottoman Empire, Persia, so it's a very connected part of the world. And after the British left, after the partition, artificial political boundaries were drawn. The map of Bengal, East Pakistan, or Bengal or Bangladesh was randomly drawn on the map without much consideration for the geographical realities. But however, when we inherited that in 1947 and subsequently in 1971, we started to work how to move beyond those political boundaries and to take advantage of our geographical situation and to transform those political boundaries into economic connectivities. Bangladesh feels that we are uniquely placed. You take this core of 4 countries, this Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Northeast India, and it's a quadrilateral of one of the least developed and one of the places with the highest concentration of poorest people of the world. But at the same time, it's a place that has huge potential. It has huge potential of water resources, huge energy resources, huge manpower resources. You take this core group, these 4 quadrilateral countries, then you expand it into the 8 countries of SAARC, and then you take 6 countries of BIMSTEC, and then we are also thinking of expanding this BCIM, Bangladesh, China, India, Myanmar, and then you can expand it, the imagination can take you anywhere, and then you can expand it and move on. As many of you know, Bangladesh was the country that mooted SAARC. The idea that the countries of the South Asian region, which had loosely been connected, one conceptual nation at one point of time, not fully a political entity, but at least loosely, and to bring it all together was first mooted by Bangladesh. Because we felt that the countries of the region must work together collectively if we are all to defeat the common poverty, the common enemy of poverty. Our Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, has always said that in South Asia, we don't have any other enemy. Our common enemy is poverty, and we must all work together. And it's, the countries of the region must develop and prosper together if that prosperity is to be sustainable. It is to that end that Bangladesh was so eager to have the motor vehicle agreement, the SAARC motor vehicle agreement signed, because that would have been one concrete step towards achieving this concept of connectivity. Unfortunately, during the SAARC summit of 2014, it could not go ahead. It didn't work out because Pakistan expressed some reservations. We have been working to take it down to the lowest denominator, the BBIN motor vehicle agreement. Unfortunately, Bhutan also has some reservations on that agreement. So now countries of Bangladesh, India, and Nepal are trying to move ahead on the motor vehicle agreement with the expectation that when others see that the benefits, the huge benefits that are being derived from it, they will come and join. The motor vehicle agreement is only one. There are so many areas where we have been talking of trilateral energy cooperation, we have been talking of trilateral water resources conservation. I mean, the whole, people might just think that what does Bangladesh, a deltaic plain, what does it have in common with the Himalayas? Why are we even talking at the Himalayan Summit? The main, I mean, I think Dr. Molden will be, he's the expert here. But as far as I understand, almost 30% of our water resources are sourced from Nepal through the Ganges. And the Ganges is contributing 30% to Bangladesh's water resources. Anything that happens in Nepal, in the Himalayas, whether it is afforestation, whether it is a landslide, whether it's the outburst of the glacial landscape, the glacial lakes, ultimately the effect moves downstream and affects us. So we are very conscious of our geographical location. We are very conscious of the need to have the countries of the region work together collectively for sustainable development. And we are eagerly looking forward to working through various multilateral, regional, and sub-regional platforms to move ahead. Speaking of Bangladesh's development experience, about a fortnight ago, Bangladesh was informed officially by the UN that we are eligible to move. We have achieved the eligibility to call ourselves that we have moved out of the LDC bloc. We are now officially a developing country. That means a lot to the people of Bangladesh, because when we achieved our independence in 1971, there were a lot of people who were there very quick to call us a bottomless basket. They were quick to say that it was not a sustainable country, that we were doomed to sink into economic oblivion. So achieving the criteria to becoming a developing country before our target of 2021 means a lot to us. And how we achieved this remarkable progress has been a story of a partnership between the government and the NGOs. In the 80s, Bangladesh, one of the major challenges in the 80s was our very fast growing population. So in the 80s, we had this system of voluntary women who were employed by the government to literally go door to door in our villages, talk to the women, and to encourage them to adopt family planning methods. After that, we had the remarkable experience of microfinancing, and the encouraging of women to come into the workforce. So combination of all that has worked very well with us, and today we are poised to emerge as one of the, hopefully, as one of the very fast-growing economies of this region. We are working closely with China, India, and all our regional partners, and we hope to be able to work even closely together in the future. Thank you all.